Hey, JR here. Welcome back to Tech 101, the free intro course where we break down IT fundamentals the way they should have been taught all along. Clear, simple, and with real-world context. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I highly recommend starting there. We cover the basics of IT concepts and terminology. But in today's videos, we're going one level deeper into the world of infrastructure. So go ahead and watch part 1 first. I'll stay here and wait. I'm kidding. Okay, Tech 101 Part 2, IT Infrastructure, let's go. This is what you're going to be learning today. What IT infrastructure really means, how computers communicate across networks, key networking devices and their roles, beginner-friendly look at IPs and protocols, and basic overview on how the internet actually works. So before we dive into cables and clouds, remember, everything in tech relies on infrastructure. Whether it's your home Wi-Fi router or a massive cloud data center, infrastructure is the backbone of IT. Think of it like this. If IT is a city, infrastructure is the roads, power lines, and traffic lights that keep everything running behind the scenes. IT infrastructure include things like hardware, computers, server, routers, switches, and the network inside, the cables, Wi-Fi, and the internet, right, which is the backbone. Virtual infrastructure, cloud services, and visualizations tools. So wherever you're browsing a website, streaming a movie, or working on a shared project, its infrastructure is making all possible. Now, let's just break this down. Let's talk how computers actually talk to each other. At its core, a network is just a group of connected devices that share information. And in IT, there are a few main types of networks you'll hear about all the time. A LAN is short for local area network. You can think of this as your digital neighborhood, everything inside your home, office, or classroom that is connected together. Your phone, tablet, and computer all linked to the same Wi-Fi router, forming one small network. That's your LAN. Simple? I hope that makes sense. Now let's go. So WAN or WAN. So now if LAN is your home network, WAN or the wide area network is like connecting entire neighborhoods together. Cities, even larger than that, right? So a wide area network links multiple LANs or long distances using fibers, satellites, or public infrastructure. Think about a company might connect his offices in Japan, Germany, and the US. That's a WAN just in action right there. And when you connect all those WAN around the world, that's the internet. So the biggest WAN that there is the internet. Now let's move on to the next one right here. So let's talk about Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is where most of us connect to the network without plugging into any cables. It uses radio waves to send and receive data between your devices and your router. So when your phone or laptop connects to your home Wi-Fi, it really joining a LAN, but is doing it wirelessly. From there, your router sends the data through your modem and to reach the internet. It's like your Wi-Fi is the on-ramp to the digital highway. Okay, next one is the internet. So basically, like we mentioned, the internet is a giant WAN, right? So a giant web of networks, billions of devices all talking to each other. Every time you send a message, stream a video, or look up something on Google, your data travels through thousands of routers, servers across the world in just seconds. You can think of it like a global superhighway of information built from millions of smaller roads, and all the LANs and WAN actually just connect together. When you open a website, your device sends a request across multiple networks to reach a server and bring that page back. Kind of like sending a digital postcard and getting a reply, but in milliseconds, right? So that's pretty much what is happening in the background. So LAN connects your local world, WAN connects to the wider world, and Wi-Fi connects you without any wires. And then, of course, the internet just connects everybody together. So now that you know how network works, let's just talk about what makes them work. And the next one here, network devices, right? Every home or business network relies on a few key devices, modem, router, switch, and they're just That's what keeps everything together. So the modem right here is where the internet first enters your home or business. It connects directly to your internet service provider or the ISP and brings that connection inside. Think of it like the main water line that brings the internet flow into your house. Next, we got the router. If the modem brings the internet in, the routers just press it out, sending that connection to all your devices, and usually through Wi-Fi, right? You can connect to, but through Wi-Fi. It also assigns each device an internal address, like a digital name tag, something like 192.168.1.1. So think about it, no router, no Wi-Fi, no fun. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the switch. So this device is mostly used in business or larger networks. It connects multiple computers, printers, or servers within the same network and keeps the traffic organized. Kind of like a traffic cop at a busy intersection, making sure that everybody go exactly where they need to be. Something similar. So real quick to recap, the modem connects you to the internet, the routers press that connection to your devices, and switches organize the communication between wired devices and a bigger scale or a bigger network, okay? So together they just form that modern network foundation, from your home Wi-Fi to just massive corporate systems. So let's move on. Now that we met the main network devices, let's talk about how they actually identify and talk to each other. We were talking about the IP a little bit earlier, addressing. So just I'm gonna cover this really simple, really basic. Okay, so think about it like this, right? So every house needs an address in order to get their mail, right? So in this case, every device they need one, right, to send and receive the data. So that pretty much is what IP addressing is. So every device has an IP address, right? So its IP address is short for Internet Protocol Address. It's what identifies each device so data knows exactly where to go. And think of it, like I said, your mailing address, right? So like right here, we have an example of IPv4, 192.168.0.1. And IPv6 has a bunch of different letters. So, every device, like I said, has one address, right? Now, something else I want to mention, IPv4 is the older format. It's simple and widely used, right? And IPv6 is the new version, and it can handle a billion more devices. For this course, at least, just think that IPv6 is a newer version of IPv4, and it connects way more devices, or it allows you to connect way more devices. You can address and tag more. So today we actually use both of them, and yeah, that's all for this one. Since it's this Tech 101, okay? Let's just move on. So protocols, we heard about the addresses. Now let's talk about the protocols, like language, share rules, it tells computers how to talk to each other, right? So it has the IP address, and now with these protocols, it routes that where it needs to go in your computer, okay? Common ones you hear, TCP/IP, is the foundation protocol, the backbone that makes all internet communication possible. Everything pretty much online, website, emails, file transfers. It defines how data is addressed, sent and received between devices, and ensures it arrives in the right place. Pretty much, yeah, TCP/IP is the backbone. Then you got HTTP, HTTPS, which is for websites, SMTP for email, and FTP for transferring files. So those are just a few of the protocols that pretty much we utilize nowadays. So think about it, protocols are like road rules that keep all those cars together, right? And just it keeps them from crashing, and it takes them where they need to go. Now here's the real key in understanding IPs and protocols. So this is not just for network engineers or network guys, right? It's really the foundation of cybersecurity too, because every attack, every defense, and a piece of digital communication happens over the same connection, right? So you're still using those protocols, those IPs. So you do need to understand protocols and IP It doesn't matter what direction in tech you're gonna go, okay? So just remember, next time that you're sending an email or something, these are the rules and things that you are using. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, here we go. So internet flow. So you are right here, right? So you type www.youtube.com into your browser. Your computer asks the DNS server, hey, where can I find this site? The DNS server replies with an IP address, and it'd be something like this. Then your device uses that IP to send the request to your YouTube server, right? And the server sends back the data, text, image, videos, everything together. Everything is split into tiny data packets, and the browser reassembles everything, and it will be that web page that you actually are seeing. So this basic internet flow is right here. Okay, so let me give you something to kind of put it together. So it's like ordering a pizza, right? So, and then you start getting each slice delivered by a different driver. So think about it, that each slice or packet might take a different route to get to you, but when they all arrive, your browser reassembles everything into the perfect pizza, right? Or in this scenario, your YouTube video, right? So I think that's that's a good analogy. Maybe, I don't know, let me know in the comments what you think. So pretty much that's their internet in action. It's one of the coolest systems ever built, and now you understand a really basic approach on how everything works. Now, basic IT infrastructure is done. It's time for your challenge. Same as part 1. Check the pinned comments below for a 10-question quiz. It will be on everything that we covered today. Drop your answer A, B, and C in one comment, and I'll personally reply to your score and with some feedback. Now, let me know below, what is one piece of hardware that you always been curious about? I don't know, I might use it in a future video. If everybody comment like the same thing, I can definitely compile that and use it for a future video. Now, next up in Tech 101 is part 3, applications, softwares, and databases. Remember the zeros, the 1, and all that we covered in part 1? Let's see how all that fits into software next. Now, if you're enjoying this series, hit the like, comment below, let me know, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, and make sure you turn on notifications. You don't want to miss the part 3 of this one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. JR out.